Alright, so you may have seen it already, but one of my favorite rock hounding trips was when we were kayaking out in Rogers City. And I picked up a bunch of stuff, and all of it, pretty much all of it, was pretty much too big for me to just um, throw in a tumbler. But some of it was pretty cool, and I thought I would try to select out some pieces that I thought would make some nice, decent cabs. Like this one would probably make a... It's got some nice lines through there. Might make a good cab. And I don't know what I'll do with all of them. I mean, I'm not going to take the time to saw all of them or slab them all, or it's just a little piece of quartz. But yeah, I just thought maybe, what the heck. What I'm really after is a little piece of pudding stone. Not a very good one, at least on the outside, but you never know what you're going to get, so... I'm not able to really sell pudding stones as cabochons. Nobody really seems to like them as pendants, so I'll set that aside for a tumble later. A little piece of shirt. Ooh. I don't know if that's a softer piece of stone or not, but I'll set it aside for the saw. And this one is amazing, but small enough it'll fit in the tumbler, so... A nice little piece of epidote. I don't really see it selling as a cab, so... I don't know. It's too big for the tumbler, though, so I'll have to figure out. I think some of these I'm just going to take a hammer to and call it good. That looks more of this church, so... I think it almost looks exactly like it came off the same stone. I think I'll take a hammer to that. I'll slice one and take a hammer to the other. A nice piece of granite. Kind of fun. Yeah, nothing spectacular, but maybe I'll tumble it as is because it's nice. It's got such a nice round shape already. It's not going to tumble up great. I mean, those black flecks, I think, are mica, and, you know, they're a little soft and they pit, but why not? Oop, rolled almost right off the table. Oh, nice piece of Charlevoix. That'll be a fun tumble. I think I might leave that as is. I don't know, but I've also heard that if you cut it just right, it'll look really cool too, so I don't know. It's hard to choose sometimes. It's like, can I improve it cutting it? Can I improve it polishing, or should I just leave it as is? But I think this one will tumble up nice. I don't see any really deep pits. I guess you'll see in a minute whether I cut it up or not. Let's see. I think I like that stone, if I remember right. That one came out with all kinds of... Yeah, it's granite, but it's got that nice red and white marbling. I think I might hit that one with a saw. It's got that nice white line through here. It's gonna have some nice variations in there. I don't think I'll turn them into cabs, but I'll just turn them into slices and throw them into the tumbler as is. I think that's a piece of horn coral. Really big piece of horn coral. Yeah. Nice big chunk of it. That is tumbler material. It is kind of cool to get a pendant out of the ends of this. So maybe I'll try that. I don't have any more left. Maybe I'll just try to slice through here and get a decent, at least one cab out of it. And it'll save some tumbling because it'll have a nice smooth side to it. Oh, more of that shirt. Let's see. What else have I got in this? I put all the small ones in this bag. And all the fist size are bigger. Oh, Gauguinda. When I was picking this stuff up, I didn't really know what it was, but I looked it up later. I mean, I knew it was Gauguinda, or you'll hear it, you know, if you watch the video, you heard me calling all kinds of funny things. But come to find out, this rock, I haven't been able to find it in Lake Michigan, and the reason is, it's specific to the Lake Huron area. It's, I guess it was, so, yeah, so it's kind of a regional rock, so I'm kind of looking forward to cutting into it. I know It makes some pretty spectacular cabs. The red and black makes some good contrast, and this is a good size to get on my sauce, so I'm gonna buzz that up. What else we got in here? A little piece of quartzy, has some feldspar crystals in it. It'll be really cool. I think what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna slice it really thin and then tumble it, because I have a few pieces like this already, or at least one, and I think I'm gonna slice this and give it one cut, see if the light shines through it, and if I do, then I'm gonna cut the rest up, and I have intending to make a wind chime out of it eventually. What else we got in here? Anything fun? The rest of this stuff is small enough to throw in the tumbler. I don't know if that's gonna be any cooler or wet or not. Oh, a little piece of... I thought it was jasper when I picked it up, probably, but now it looks more like basalt. It doesn't. I don't see the conchoidal fractures that would suggest it's jasper. A little bit of pitting. Yeah, I think that's just basalt. What else we got in here? Anything fun? Well, everything's fun. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. All right, that one. That one's gonna see the saw. For sure. Yeah, I want a cab out of that. Those color variations? Yeah, for sure. I'll cut it through here. Yeah, definitely taking it to the saw. More of that shirt. I don't know why I picked all that stuff up unless it broke while I was carrying it. That's kind of cool. It'll tumble well. Yeah, these are all tumbleable. I don't know. I don't see anything in here that's really like OMG. That's got to be a fossil of some sort. Yeah, it's got a... I think once you get the crud off, I think that'll make a nice little piece. We'll see. Tumble it up. Can't hurt. Try to do this without losing my stones everywhere. Lose my marbles. I got most of them out of there. Alright. Nice piece of quartz again. A little piece of something. A little quartz feldspar. Yep. A little piece of chert or mudstone or whatever. It's got the nice sedimentary lines. Oh, more of that rose or that feldspar quartz in it. I found a lot of that weekend, I think, if I remember right. What else was in that bag? Let's get the rest of it out. Okay. That I would almost say is jasper. It's got the nice break lines. More quartz. Yep. Epidote. Oh man, I must have picked up a ton of that stuff. I don't know why. Oh, that one's got a little piece of druzy in it. See the sparkles in there. That's fun. I might just set that one aside. I don't know if I can improve that one by cutting it, so. Alright, back in the bag with these. Alright, now for the big ones. That is very fun. Yeah, that's definitely, you can see that already, and naturally it's undercut on the black. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get some cabs out of that. And then probably just break the rest of it, hammer it up. What we got? That a really big piece of porphyry, maybe? Yeah, big piece of porphyry. Not a huge fan of cutting fossils like this because, you know, the dust is so toxic, but, well, not toxic, but, you know, it's bad for the lungs. But, no. Yeah, no. I think I'll just, if I do anything with it, I'll bust it with a hammer. Otherwise, I'll just leave it as is. Yep, more of the rose quartz. That thing's kind of fun. Yeah. Look at that. That was really cool. I think I might hit that one with a saw. Try to get some of those lines out of it. Yeah. Nice big piece of chert. Yeah, that's hammer. I'll hammer it into smaller pieces and then see about slicing it maybe, if I'm still interested in it. They don't sell extremely well, but they make good $10 pendants. More Golgonda tillite. I did pick up quite a bit of it while I was there, because I knew it was, well, I didn't at that time know it was unique, but when I was working, or I'd never seen it anywhere else, so I was picking it up there because I wasn't sure if I'd find it anywhere else, and now I know it's the only place to get it, so. It almost looks like a fracture, not so much welded together. It might be worth taking a shot to cut through it. It's of the right size for me to saw. More pudding stone. Not huge pieces of jasper, and all of a sudden I can't remember what the black is again, but what do we got? Running down to the end of the bucket here. Ooh, yeah. I think I already made a short of this, so yeah, that's definitely getting cut up. Yeah, for sure. I definitely want those lines. I don't know how I'll improve the stone, but yeah, I definitely, maybe I'll just get a face polish on this one. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'll figure out something to do with that. That's definitely hitting the saw somehow. More Golgonda tillite with more minerals included. So fun. A little sparkle in there, so some mica. Yeah, I might try the saw on that one. Why not? Ooh, yeah, that would be cool. Deep enough for the saw, or shallow enough, I should say, for the saw. Yeah, that's gonna make some nice lines. And a nice piece of porphyry again. Again, don't know if I can prove it, so set that aside for the moment. Oh, and a couple of huge pieces of Golgonda tillite to finish out the bucket. Yeah, those are those are hammer. I'm gonna go all MC on that one. All right, well, now that I know what I'm gonna hit with a hammer and what I'm gonna saw, I'll set these aside, and I'll set those aside for the moment for the hammer, because I'm not gonna do that tonight. And let's get the others on the saw. Well, that's as far as I go tonight. I just ran out of time. I thought I had a couple more hours to work, but apparently time flew. I decided not to do anything with that stone. It's just too cool the way it is. I don't see how I can improve it. I think I'm going to try to tumble it as is. It'll definitely be the biggest rock I've ever tumbled. But I don't see... yeah, I don't see improving it with cutting it. So, but some of the others turned out great. That little bit of Golgonda tillite with a quartz in it. You had that mahogany looking, it almost looked like a mahogany onyx. But that one came through great. That shirt came through great. Try to find you. Oh, that quartz came through good. And holding it up to the light, I can see through it, so that's going to tumble up well, and it's going to be perfect for that little project I had. Same with these ones. I cut it a little thick, but it'll still work. And this one, I don't know. That may have been a fail. I might just plain throw those in my rock garden. It's my little rock garden that do not process further. Let's see, what else did I cut up? Oh, that little piece of horn coral. So that'll make a nice little pendant. I'll be able to wire wrap through there, cover that up, and then, yeah, it'll make a pretty little piece once it's polished. And then there's the end of it. And the rest of it, so I'll tumble the rest of it. That thing I gave up on, I'll just bust it around. Eventually, someday, I plan on having a slab saw. Either I'll take a serious look at making one myself, or consider buying one, but there. I don't give those away. This one was pretty cool. If I remember right, that was the first one I cut, and it was very fragile. It was just chipping like crazy. Break it down. Oh, no, that was this one. Oops, sorry, that was this one. This one was all kinds of messed up. It was, not even, I don't know if I'll want to try to cab it. I'm afraid it'll just break into pieces as it tumbles after it's cabbed. I don't want to put the extra work into it. I want to find out it's not working. I gotta clean that up with the second saw, but I want to leave it as is for that project. That's got a nice bit, with some nice light to it. Yeah, so, alright, well, I'm gonna start cabbing them up and move them on to the next stage when I get a chance. And that chance is not right now, so we'll see you probably in a couple days. So here I am at the end of did a bunch of saw work and just got these pieces all cut into rough cab shapes, and that's about as good as I get anymore. I don't typically hand polish cabs anymore. It's not crazy easy for me. It's not like I have a cab king or something that makes it easy, but yeah, so I just get them into rough shape and throw them in the tumbler. Let the tumbler polish both sides of the piece. And sometimes I think the front side is the best side, and sometimes it's not. And the tumbler doesn't discriminate between the two sides. So, but yeah, looking pretty good. Obviously, I don't do a great job of. I think I do a good job, and then I start looking at them after the saw's all cleaned up and put away, and I'm like, oh, that's so great. But they'll tumble up okay. Now there's different hardnesses of stones in here. Some of these are going to just about disappear. Some are going to last. It's all part of the fun, right? But I got some here that I was going to cab that, but I think I'm just going to, the light shines through it pretty good. You can kind of see it there. And I've been looking for little pieces of quartz like that too. I'm thinking about making a sun catcher type deal for the house for my wife. So yeah, I've been saving those quartz slices like that for her. Those will be saved up. And all right, now to get them fed into the tumbler and go from there. All right, so here's what I'm working with. Just the stuff that some of it came off the saw and some of it's still a little raw. I think this stuff on top is pretty much saw scraps, or either cabs or saw scraps, but except that guy. That's gonna take a while to tumble, but all right, I'm just gonna go for it. Now that I got the Chicago, well, yeah, this one was, nope, this one's on the lower thumb. Now that I got the tumblers anyway set up so they don't have to, the weight isn't so critical thanks to the new bushings I put in there. I can load the barrel up pretty good, so get it 3/4 full, which is about where it's at. Get some water in there. And now next week, since we videoed, we'll know, well, since I videoed, we'll know exactly how much material is actually coming off these things. So, alright, get some grit in there. 3570 from Kingsley North. Sorry, blocking your view there. One, two, five. Alright. There we go. And I will see you in a week. So here we are at the end of week one. This is my first tumble of these things, and there's definitely seems to be a lot less material in here than what I put in. But I can't really argue with the way it's coming out. I mean, they smoothed right up. Everything's just kind of, not really seeing anything yet. Of course, you're looking at it at the same time I am. But I don't really see anything that's saying it needs to go back in stage one. Cabs are coming out looking good. Got a nice piece of quartz. Yep, it's going to make a nice little window decoration for my wife when I finally get around to drilling holes in my rocks. Lets plenty of light through. That one could use a return to stage one. Maybe. I don't know, those holes, by the time those holes come out, there's not going to be much left of that piece. But yeah, so I'm going to film loading the next barrel, and so I can tell for sure whether a lot of material came off or not. Maybe I'll shove that one back in stage one too, just to get rid of that little divot. But yeah, so I want to see how much material I actually am taking off this stuff, and see if it's a lot, if there's a lot of soft stones in there that are getting chewed up and made to disappear. Ooh, Goganda's looking good. Goganda Tilai. There we go. Nice, decent little cab. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll do for a $10 pendant. Or just selling as is. I got a lot of crafters that come through my booths and my chalet, and they're always looking for stuff to make their own jewelry, so they pick that stuff up when they find one that a stone they like. And my prices are cheap enough that it still lets them make a profit on whatever it is they're making. So there we go. That's a pretty one. All right. Well, on to loading the next barrel. All right, so here we are, finally done at the end of stage 4. And I am very, very pleased with how these turned out. For random stones, the finish on these just came out phenomenal. I mean, you can see the individual lights on that thing out of my LEDs here. I mean, that's how beautiful the polish came out. And I think this is just a regular piece of basalt. And to get that kind of shine, you can see the depth of the stone and the minerals in there. That is really cool. I am very, very pleased with this batch. I'd like to say I did something different with my tumbler. Oh, here's some more of that stone. But honestly, I think I just got lucky. There we go. There's a focus. The slurry was kind of wet, and I didn't have a chance. I meant to get to these after 2 days, and I didn't get to them until after 4. And I think maybe that extra time in the tumbler... Oh, man, come on, camera. Focus. Over here. I think that extra time in the tumbler really did them some good. Because that shine is probably the best I've ever gotten on a stone outside of those Montana moss agates. But those are kind of a given. Everybody I talk to, those are easy to get a good shine on. And these are just random stones out of Lake Huron. So, man, look at that. I love those colors in there, the way they pop, the way they show up. Now, the naked eye, they look even better. Of course, I'm looking through a camera screen, and when I look on the video, the image is a little better. But, there's your just typical piece of granite. No, well, there's a little bit of undercutting in there on the shine, but sorry about the camera. The phone updated, and I use my phone on this, and the phone updated and changed the settings, so now the zoom is all kind of funky. A little bit of undercutting there, which makes me wonder if maybe a dry corn cob finish would clean that up a little bit. But, oh, here's a Goganda Tillite. Still got that amazing shine. Apparently the camera doesn't like that shine. It fuzzes out when it gets that shine. But this is really cool, the other side. All the different minerals and colors in there. A little bit of undercutting on the softer part, but so I didn't get that high gloss shine. Again, makes me wonder about that dry polish, if maybe that dry polish would polish that up. But maybe I can set those aside, maybe. I don't know. Not really worth it, I guess, in the long run. They still came out great looking. And someday I'll do a video on how to run that mini Sonic and all that. And like I said, I think I got lucky with this batch, so I'm not quite there to the point where I should, where I feel comfortable doing a tutorial on how to fully tumble stones yet. But I've only been at this hobby for a year, believe it or not. So, if you've been watching my channel for a while and think I know a lot, I've just really been experimenting and just kind of sharing as I go and hoping that people get value out of it and, kind of learn with me as I go. Yeah, that was really cool. Man, I can't believe the shine on these. I saw them drying. I laid them out to dry, and as I went to work last night, I kind of glanced over at them, and this light was shining on them. The overhead kitchen light was shining on them. It was just pretty as all could be. And I went over the stones because I hadn't really looked at them. And I went over to them, and I couldn't believe. I thought maybe they were still wet. They were so shiny. Sorry, I'm checking that one for clear. I thought maybe that one was, the light would shine through it, but no. I thought maybe there's enough quartz. Even this piece of limestone, not the world's prettiest stone, obviously. There's nothing really unique or, eye-catching about it, but Still a fun little tumble. Took a high gloss to it. Oh yeah, I was looking at this one a minute ago. Because I kind of screwed up. I got that. You know, I didn't get the grit out of there. My bad. But then, man, even this side. This is really pretty. I'm really looking forward to wrapping this one. It's got a fun shape to it and fun little design. Just trap it a little bit on the corners. Maybe turn it this way. Trap it on the corners. Let the stone speak for itself. And that shine. Wow. All right. So I am getting better at tumbling. I will say that. Let me see if I can find anything. These are mostly the same stones. As you've already seen, I ran them through the slab and cab. And so when you slab, you just get a lot of the same stone over and over. But holy cow, I love that. That is a really cool stone. That's a keep for myself kind of stone. Sorry for wandering off frame. I was looking at it myself. Yeah, I was a little impressed with it. Oh, here's one that, took a little damage, but still shiny. That's all that matters, right? Yeah, so as cabs go, well, here's a piece of maybe pudding stone. Yep, that's a piece of pudding stone. Light shines through it. At least it's heavily quartz anyway, a little bit of feldspar. It's not, I guess, you wouldn't call it true pudding stone because it doesn't have the pieces of jasper, and I can't remember what the black is offhand, but this is a fun stone. I like the colors on it. I'm glad I picked that one up. Most of these were collected kayaking in Lake Huron, if I hadn't said that yet. And I haven't posted a link yet. You can find it right there if you want to see where we picked them up. It was kind of fun. It was probably the most fun I've ever had rock hounding. I mean, just being able to cruise along in the water, stick your hand in the water, and pull up a treasure. Especially in an area that most people aren't hounding. So you get all kinds of unique stuff. Let me see if I can find some unique stuff in here. I mean, because there's always more of that stuff, like I said. Once you slab something, you're going to get a bunch of it, and there's a cab of it. Or at least I turned it into a cab shape. I know some people, like, that's not a cab. That's not a cabochon. I'm like, well, no, not technically, but it'll wrap with wire, and it'll look pretty. I'm not looking to set it in bezels or anything like that. I'm just looking to wrap it with wire, and it'll look good around. Some lady will love hanging around their neck and maybe hanging on her jewelry stand just to look at it. I know my wife collects a lot of my stuff, and that's what she ends up doing with it. Oops, there we go. Let's see, what else do I got? I got a lot of cab shapes. Oh, the thing that really surprised me, another piece of limestone before we get into that. Usually fossils don't take a good polish. And this was one of the first ones I looked for after I saw that first piece of limestone. That's a little piece of horn coral, which is all over the place in there in Lake Huron. And wow. Look at the shine on that. That's the best shine I think I've ever gotten on a fossil. And it was just tumbled in with stones of varying hardness. I mean, it wasn't anything, I didn't treat it special at all, and still got a great shine on it. So I definitely got lucky with this batch. And I'm very pleased with it. Oh, something else that came through really cool. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that flash in there. I'm not seeing it on the screen, but maybe you'll see it in the video. But there's a little flash in there and a little, I can't remember what that mineral is offhand. But some of these stones have that heavy mineral in there. It gets a really cool sparkle on it. It was the first thing my son commented on when he looked at them last night. Yeah, you got them in there, they get that sparkle. Really pretty. Kind of fun. Kind of a unique feature for the stone. I was always happy when you polish those up and that sparkle still shows up. I always wonder if I'm going to lose that or if I'm going to grind that mineral down and I'm going to lose that sparkle. But, ooh, here it is, really heavy on this one. Hopefully, I hope that's showing up. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I love that sparkle. It's really cool. I'm glad it came through, like I said. It didn't get polished off or rounded off and disappear. Yeah, so, you know, even if you get a bad tumble, keep with it. That's all I can say. Tumbling is still fun. It's all about the process. It's not about the necessarily results. And eventually the results are going to match. And you know, you can't screw it up. You get a bad polish, you can always just throw it back in a tumbler, but these ones, I am not going to be tumbling back, or I'm not going to be retumbling. They get to finish like that. What do you do? How do you perfect that? Really happy. And that one's quartzy, so that one might even end up in a sun catcher for my wife. Because that one really lets the light through. What else in here is cool before I let you go? Thank you guys for watching so far. I appreciate it. I really appreciate the channel support too, for those of you that subscribed. It's meant a lot. I'm getting really close to monetized, and you know, monetization just means I get to maybe buy some fun and exotic rocks to tumble for y'all, and I get to screw them up or succeed with them and show you how it goes. So thank you guys for having subscribed and having hit likes on my videos and all that. I appreciate it. And the comments. I love the comments. I love reading them. I love replying to them. So yeah, keep it all coming. And let's see what else I got in here before I go. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll finish on these two. And I'll let you guys go. Well, there's the third one. There's another one of those granite things. But these are the fun ones. Little like pudding stone type stone. Not quite a traditional pudding stone, but they got the quartzy. Yep, definitely quartzy. You can see light through them. And yeah, so thank you guys. And I have some blue opal coming up soon. And of course, my tumbler. My tumbler has been delayed thanks to wrestling, but this is the last week of that. So hopefully next week I'll have that tumbler built. If not finished, then pretty close to finished. And yeah, at least I've been promising and threatening to have that video out for a long time, so maybe I can finally get some time to get to it. And in the meantime, I'll have some blue opals coming out, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.